If you love diecast comparisons, whoo, you're gonna love this review. Here is Joey Logano's 2019 Shell Pennzoil Darlington Throwback. Howdy folks, it is Diecastbuffet here again. Welcome back to another NASCAR Diecast review. Today's car is going to be Joey Logano's 2019, almost say 2020, Darlington Throwback. I do got some really cool cars to compare this to, so stay tuned for the comparison. Let's go ahead and get this 2019 Darlington Throwback out of the box. Here she is, folks, brand new, out of the package, and oh my goodness, is this thing gorgeous. I mean, just the red, the yellow, the black lettering on the hood, and the Goodyear. I mean, it's just three amazing colors, and there's even a little bit of like a white accent color. Here on the nose, you got Pennzoil. You got the Shell logo right there. You got Ford, all yellow hood here. And over here on the front nose, I mean, my goodness, man. You got the yellow, you got the red, you got like a very faint trim line, you know, black there, and then you have like the yellow lettering. Wow, man, that is just some amazing racing vibes there, dude. I mean, it's sad when you're getting nostalgia already from this paint scheme, because he's throwing it back to Kevin Harvick's 2007 Daytona 500 car, and it's just kind of funny how it all ties together. 22, Joey Logano, black splitter, and really nice job by Lionel Racing here. Pretty good job. I mean, the only thing that's a little screwy is I feel like the grill inlet just a slight tab up, and I feel like this line here is a little bit rigid. But other than that, looks pretty darn good if you ask me. Over here to the left side of the car, you got Joey Logano, 2 race win stickers. Of course, that is for Michigan and Las Vegas. You got AutoZone SKF, Ford, I forget what the one of them, I think it's like CX something, I don't know. Got a chip here, got a big chip right there on the NASCAR race car logo, which is, of course, the throwback logo. You got PPG, Mazak, Coca-Cola, Bosch, Shell, Pennzoil. The Shell logo is just really kind of like squished. You can see the S right there. It's really crinkled up, unfortunately. Auto Trader, Snap-on. I don't know what the heck's going on back here, but the logo was like, you could just feel a gigantic crease here. The American Ethanol logo looks all right. You got AAA Discount Tire. The paint scheme wrap goes all the way down to the side skirts. Got NASCAR Heat for TV. That's pretty much the only contingency, at least near the door, on this Mustang. You do see some really bad red residue above the Goodyear logo, which is a shame, and the Goodyear logo is all colored black. Over here to the back end of the car, and oh my goodness, what the heck happened here? You got a really bad paint chip here that's not just the decal. That goes all the way down to the bare metal of the diecast. You do see the yellow underneath. I mean, that could be easily painted, so I'm not going to just scream over that. You do see a chip here. All yellow spoiler. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know if I like that, because on the original car, it had a black spoiler, so I don't know if I'm digging that, but it is kind of different. So you got Pennzoil, Shell, Pennzoil right there. You got Ford, made in Michigan, 22 crew, got 22 there again. And then over here to the right side of the car, you do got some more paint chips here that are just unfortunately plaguing some of the paint scheme. But I gotta say though, the 22 on this is just absolutely gorgeous. The way they portioned it just looks amazing. And then over here to the roof, you got the 22, and this looks amazing. This is why some of the Penske diecasts are really some of the best cars out there, because they don't put no roof flap sponsorship. No, Roger Penske doesn't want that. He puts it dead smack in the middle, and that's what looks good to me. That looks very good. However, I will say though, the trim line for the roof rails, well, there's not really a trim line. There's just like a very faint black stripe, but of course that goes with the paint scheme. It kind of just caps off where the roof rails are, so there's really no black line there. But I mean, the 22 is the squunched up one there, perfectly positioned in the middle. Very nice, good job, Penske. I like that. Of course, no name banner on the back windshield, which I like, and made to move on the deck lid. And of course, since this is a NASCAR Authentics release, you do have a hood absolutely stunning. So not only were they able to get the paint scheme design, you know, that kind of like the tribal kind of like tear, kind of like a whip of the red just kind of just shooting where the left and right rear tires are. Very sharp. And of course, folks, I mentioned earlier in the video, we're going to have a true side-by-side comparison with this diecast, and I have the original 2007 Shell Pennzoil Monte Carlo for Richard Childress Racing. And you can just see, for one, the body styles for both of these cars are tremendously different. This one provides racing, this one provides some of the best racing you'll ever see. So you can clearly see the contingencies are pretty much a thing of the past, unfortunately. The whoosh here is way more front forward. This one kind of wraps a little bit more to the top of the car. But of course, the Gen 6 car is way more taller than the Gen 4. The Gen 4 is much more like a bullet. And you can kind of compare the left rear here, and they're very similar. Very similar, you know. I would say the trim line on the original 07 is much more bold compared to the 2019. Of course, you don't see Goodrich or anything like that on this one because rip those days. But one sponsor that did make the trip over to the Team Penske camp is Snap-on. Ironically enough, you can see that on the bottom right of the 29 car. That is on the right rear of the Joey Logano Ford Mustang. And over here to the right side of the car, you could just see how the numbers are very similar. They got the correct color pattern going with the red, white, and black. Looks very sharp. Once again, you can really see how the bolder outline takes place with the 29 car. And some people might be saying, well, why is the 29 car from 2007 so significant? It's because Kevin Harvick won a photo finish in the Gen 4's last ever Daytona 500 with Mark Martin. And Mark Martin has been trying since the 80s to win a Daytona 500, and it was unbelievable. I remember watching that race as a kid. Clint Boyer flipped on his roof. They had a crazy wild wreck to the start-finish line. And Kevin Harvick won that race in this paint scheme. You can see how the Goodyear logo is red with the black outlining on the original, but on the Joey Logano, that is all black. And then over here to the roof, you have, of course, a much bolder outlining with the 29, and a little bit more thinner with the 22, but I still think that looks pretty good. Both of the roof rails are pretty consistent. You can see how the red kind of just tops off there at the roof rails. And ironically enough, the deck lid both has the same slogan, made to move. And one of the biggest differences with this paint scheme is that the 07 has a black spoiler, while the 2019 has a yellow, but they both retain the kind of a black splitter-esque design in the front. And here's a quick look at the 2018 throwback to the 2019 throwback. Of course, this is going way back to the good old DEI days. It's really cool, because this one's like the early 2000s, and this one is like the 07, 08, 09 era. And you can just see how just different the paint schemes are and how this brand has evolved their marketing. Of course, a lot of that red is from Shell, so you could maybe say that if Pennzoil did not have Shell with it, it would definitely have more black on the race car. And of course, Shell is represented on the 2018, but back then it was mainly just black and yellow. I love that. I love just having the Pennzoil logo with the black hood. And once again, you can just see just the paint scheme. This one, I believe, the Shell Pennzoil sponsorship with Kevin Harvick, I think it ran from 2007 to 2010. I think it was 2010, because 2011 he had Jimmy John's and Budweiser. So I think it was 07 to 2010 Shell Pennzoil was on board, because I remember who was it, Kurt Busch or AJ Allmendinger running the 22 car for Team Penske. Then it was Penske Racing at like Sonoma and whatnot with the Shell Pennzoil logos. But yeah, very cool comparisons indeed. Alrighty folks, thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check out a new NASCAR Authentics review every Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Diecastbuffet. If you have not hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit it below. Follow me on Instagram at Diecastbuffet. Hope you're all having a great one. Appreciate all those who tune in. Diecastbuffet, signing off.